It is time, so the balance changes were leaked and now I will just review them all and tell you what to expect in Season 10. First of all, here I wrote the current established Season 9 meta. This is based on my video where I reviewed 5 different best gun recommendation videos and just crystallized a conclusion. So USS9, VMP, RAM7, XM1, the Odin would be the certain best top 5. HVK, DIRH, Type 63 also valid meta, although I would say that DIRH is kind of fallen out. And PDW, Manowar, Chopper, they are good to use, but like not the top meta. Although Manowar, it is a must-have to beat the persistence users. And so here I wrote the same meta list, and here the weapons that got buffed. Because basically the weapons that were buffed, we have to compete with the top meta, and the goal is to check if they can be better. Because for instance, we buffed the bullet speed, through the bullet speed and the bullet spread accuracy of the ISO. It obviously makes ISO better compared to how it was before. And it was kind of usable even before these buffs are going to happen, and now it will be even better. But can it compete with VMP? Well, I don't really think so. It will be a usable gun, but it will not be top meta, I think. Now ASVAL, when I made a video reviewing it earlier, my conclusion was that it is pretty good, but the ADS movement, like tracking while shooting your enemies, is super awkward. And now it is getting some buffs to the ADS movement speed, so I really want to try this one out. Now, it may not be like a contestant to the VMP, but it is an aggressive assault rifle, a close range option. I think that it could have potential to be usable. Now, whether it can be better than the VMP, well, I doubt it, but I will have to test it for sure. CX9 and SX9, well, CX9's range buff, it doesn't really mean much, because this is an aggressive SMG, you don't need the range. Speed related X9's the leg damage multiply increasement doesn't mean much either. Echo, now it is a shotgun, it will have a faster fire rate if I remember correctly. And the thing is, I'm currently making a video about the JAK-12 because the Mythic was announced to be returned, and as a standalone, like as a loadout defining weapon, primary weapon, it is not good, but in an overkill loadout, they both have potential, so you might be seeing overkill loadouts with Echo after the Season 10 update happens. Now USS9, there were no buffs to weapons that would be in the same field of usage as the USS9. So it just wasn't contested at all, and it will remain the top meta in Season 10 for sure. Peacekeeper, now this is a bit interesting because before the introduction of the RAM7, I made many videos saying that it has really good mobility, great reload time, pretty solid time to kill, and that once USS9 gets nerfed a few more times, it will be a valid meta choice. And it kind of is, but the RAM7 is just better, and it pushed it out of this idea of Peacekeeper being a valid meta choice. Now the buff to the recoil, it only makes the gun easier to use for like newer players who are using Peacekeeper, but it does not change the RAM7 being better. However, since we have a lot of aggressive SMGs being buffed, and Echo, it is possible that Peacekeeper will become usable simply because players will use these guns, which will make it a valid choice because it is a bit more aggressive, faster compared to the RAM7. The Holger, the hit flinch inducing buff, it doesn't really do much. I don't think that it will be in the meta whatsoever now. Now ASM-10, ICR-1 and FR-556, they all have to compete with the XM-4, which is really just better. ASM-10's buffs to the mobility, they don't change the situation regarding like bullet spread accuracy, time to kill, damage. So even now, like a passive player with ASM-10 should be doing really well for the movement buff to meta, so I do not expect much. ICR, I did not see much interesting here as well. Now FR-556 will have better close range damage situation, and this is potentially interesting to test, because, well, a while ago we made a video and said that it is basically a easier to use and weaker, of course, HVK, but like kind of a HVK for beginners. So the damage increasement, it has potential to make it pretty usable, just probably not better than the XM4, but so far Peacekeeper, ISO, ASVAL and FR-556 are the weapons that I'm really interested to try once the balance changes happen. Now Odin, HVK, Dirich, nothing was buffed to contest them, they remain. Although Dirich, I think it is kind of pushed out by the HVK and maybe even tapped into 5. So I would not write it here, but well, in that conclusion it was mentioned, so I just have to put it here. Type 63 and MK2, the marksman rifle, Type 63 just hands down better. Now PDW wrote it as well here because it is an aggressive assault rifle, this is a mid-range SMG, like I just had to mention it here. And like I said as well, it does have potential, so I'm surely will be trying it out. Manowar, of course, no contestants, because this is a Thermite Mag variant. And Chopper, well, I think the Chopper is better compared to the Holger. Moving on, 1 bullet removal from Tempest, it is actually very significant change, because, well, a very good player at the moment can get 4 consistent kills and like miss 1 shot. A not very competitive Tempest player, like for instance me, I get 3 kills and I often just miss 2 shots, like I'm talking about consistent use. Like surely I even had I think 5 kills, but it doesn't happen a lot. So at the moment with 5 bullets I get 3 kills, a better player will get 4, but now once the mag is only 4 bullets, we can just remove 1 kill. So instead of 3 kills I will get consistent 2 kills and a good player will get consistent 3 kills. And do I really want to use Tempest to get 2 kills? Like even 3, well 3 is alright, but I think that we will be seeing less Tempest users, simply because, well, we will either become very good with Tempest or we'll just stop using it. Because getting 2 kills per activation, it is really not good. Death Machine will have 50 less bullets, it will be noticeable, but it is still usable. Misdirection 5 less seconds of the activation, like period time before it expires. That is also pretty noticeable, 5 seconds, because you have to move around the map between killing enemies, but it should still be usable. Goliath getting a movement buff, I think it is nice, because like it is a powerful operator, but it is not operator the score streak, but it is pretty easy to destroy, so giving it better movement is just a nice thing to do. Gunship got some more bullets, it doesn't really matter, like if Gunship is out you just shoot it down with a Thermite Manowar, or FAJ, or a SAM turret, or a combination of everything, and that extra bullet it doesn't really do anything. Orbital laser 2 more seconds doesn't matter, Thermite got a damage buff, a pretty substantial one, from 70 to 20 maximum damage. And well, I kind of like using it in some gung-ho loadouts, where I can just like activate with Thermite and run with it, and once I see enemy I just toss it at the enemy. And with gung-ho I can like activate Grenade, like prepare to throw, and sprint. But outside of those loadouts I would just use Frag or the Manowar, or Thermite Molotov, so Thermite buff is good. Now Martyrdom Grid will be a different situation, it will explode without a delay to it, no, without the added delay, so it will have same delay as a regular Martyrdom pack usage slot, except it will have less damage and less radius. So basically it will push you either to put it into main slot or not use it in grid, and that is good. Here I made a list of what to try, so ISO as well, Peacekeeper for sure. VCX9, SX9, Echo, I don't expect much, but of course I will be trying them out. Holger, SM10, ICR, FR556, like I said, FR is the most promising one in my opinion, but of course I will have to try others as well. MK2, I don't think I will try it, well maybe I will play some matches, but like I don't expect much from it. Now this is like a season 10 guess, where I included the ISO as well, Peacekeeper, and this is like an ideal situation that Impact of the buffs could provide, but the reality I think that we are going to have the same exact meta as we did in the season line. As those buffs, well, they do make weapons better, but can we compete with top meta? I don't think so. And the conclusions is that we are getting the same meta in season 10, however, what will happen in the season 11? If USS9 gets enough, many of these buffs will become more relevant, because this slot will be just removed, and this will be just removed, and then suddenly we have only these, and then everything here becomes more relevant, because, well, this is just gone, right? So yeah, like one significant nerf to VSS9 which removes it, and suddenly all these buffs restart to matter. So we were getting various other buffs earlier as well, and Meta is basically one nerf to VSS9 away from getting some serious, even chaotic probably changes. And well, he has a smiley face for watching this whole video, and well, maybe you needed a smiley face. And that means that I think that I concluded everything. If you have ideas or questions, do write in the comments. Like maybe I skipped something accidentally or whatever. Because, well, I play this game, I want to be prepared, I share videos in hopes that it will be helpful for you as well. But by the end of the day, I do not claim to be like the big-brained coder master, I want to improve as well. So if you have something, do share, I need ideas, I need improvements. And, well, I cannot even say thanks for watching, like, I think this is good knowledge, so you're welcome for the fact that I made this video, I guess.